The Tower of Babel is a profound narrative found in Genesis chapter 11 verses 1 to 9 that encapsulates humanity's ambition, the desire for unity, and the consequences of defiance against divine order. This story serves as a rich tapestry woven with themes of civilization, rebellion, divine judgment, and the complexity of language. While the tale is short, its implications reverberate through history and engage with fundamental questions about human nature, community, and the relationship between humanity and the divine. Before starting the video, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave your valuable feedback by commenting. To understand the significance of the Tower of Babel, it is important to consider the cultural and historical context of the ancient Near East. Following the flood, humanity was reportedly unified by one language and a common purpose. This unity, however, also set the stage for potential rebellion against God. The story occurs in a time characterized by a post-flood ethos where the survivors sought to carve out a new identity and build a legacy. In the immediate context of the flood narrative, which emphasizes God's judgment upon wickedness, the Babel story reflects humanity's inherent tendency toward pride and self-sufficiency. The early chapters of Genesis illustrate the struggle between divine intentions and human aspirations that have haunted humanity since the creation. The ambition to build the Tower of Babel is multifaceted. The people of the world, eager to establish themselves, sought not only to make a name for themselves but also to prevent their dispersion across the earth. Their desire for permanence and security led them to devise a plan to construct a city and a tower, with its top in the heavens, Genesis 11:4. This ambition symbolizes humanity's strive for greatness and the desire to reach divine heights. Captures the essence of human pride and the desire for immortality through legacy. The tower served not only as a physical structure but as a symbol of human ingenuity and defiance. It epitomizes the belief that humanity could ascend to the level of God, or perhaps even replace God in the narrative of existence. The construction project was an act of collective defiance against divine decrees. In Genesis 1:28, God commanded humanity to be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The builders of Babel, however, sought to resist this command by consolidating their power and influence in one location. Their actions reveal a deep-seated fear of being scattered, reflecting a desire for control over their destiny rather than surrender to God's design. In response to humanity's audacious project, God observes the construction of the tower and the motivations that drive it. The divine perspective on human endeavors is notably different from the human perspective. God recognizes that nothing will be impossible for humanity as long as they maintain their unified ambition. This divine commentary reveals both an understanding of human potential and a recognition of the dangers of unchecked ambition. God's response is not merely a punitive judgment but an intervention aimed at restoring divine order. The decision to confuse their language and scatter them across the earth reflects God's desire to limit the scope of human rebellion. This intervention can be understood as a profound act of mercy and protection. By disrupting humanity's plans, God aims to prevent absolute power and compel people towards reliance on Him. The loss of a common language serves as a reminder of the fragility of human unity and the transcendent authority of God over human designs. The confusion of languages is a focal point of the Babel narrative and symbolizes a significant shift in human existence. Language, as a tool of communication, fosters connection, understanding, and collaboration. However, with the introduction of multiple languages, the builders of Babel found themselves isolated, unable to complete their monumental project. The scattering of people not only fulfills God's command for humanity to fill the earth but also highlights the limitations of human ambition. The very project that aimed to forge unity led to division, illustrating the paradox of human attempts to establish control. The multiplicity of languages becomes both a divine judgment and a testament to the diversity of cultures that emerged as a result. The creation of various languages serves as a constant reminder of humanity's inherent differences, which can lead to both conflict and richness in cultural identity. This aspect of the story emphasizes that while unity is a noble goal, it should not come at the expense of individuality and the recognition of divine authority. The Tower of Babel stands as a timeless symbol of human pride and the pursuit of self-sufficiency. The narrative illustrates the futility of attempting to achieve greatness apart from God. Despite their ingenuity, the builders faced the limitations of their creation, revealing the folly of trying to ascend to divine heights. Their initiative to construct a tower signifies a rebellion against God's ordained order, emphasizing the importance of humility in the face of divine sovereignty. This theme of pride and rebellion resonates throughout history.
From the Babel narrative, we see a recurring pattern of civilizations seeking to elevate themselves against God's will, whether through technological advancements, political power, or social constructs. The tower serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of hubris and the reminder that true greatness comes from alignment with God's purposes rather than self-aggrandizement. The relevance of the Tower of Babel extends beyond its ancient setting. In an increasingly globalized world, the story continues to speak to contemporary society. The thirst for power, control, and unity often leads nations and communities to pursue goals that prioritize human ambition over divine guidance. In many ways, humanity mirrors the builders of Babel, seeking to establish towers, whether in technology, politics, or ideology, without recognizing the need for divine collaboration.
The narrative also invites reflection on the nature of communication in the modern world. In a time when advancements in technology have brought people closer together, the fragmentation of communication, whether through language barriers or digital divides, echoes the confusion of Babel. The simultaneous push for global unity and individual expression remains a delicate balance.
The message of Babel urges caution against the desire for absolute control and self-sufficiency. It encourages humility and reliance on God, recognizing that true unity comes from a shared understanding of divine purpose rather than a mere collective ambition. This narrative implores individuals and societies to reflect on their motivations, ambitions, and the consequences of their actions in the pursuit of greatness.
The Tower of Babel encapsulates the intricate relationship between human aspiration and divine authority. It serves as a reflection of humanity's innate desires for unity, power, and permanence, while simultaneously revealing the pitfalls of pride and rebellion against God. As civilizations rise and fall, the lessons from Babel remain timeless. It challenges individuals and societies to recognize the importance of humility, the power of diversity, and the necessity of aligning ambitions with divine intentions.
In a world characterized by divisions, the narrative of Babel beckons humanity to seek true unity through acknowledgement of, and submission to, the sovereign will of God. The tower, while a symbol of rebellion, ultimately stands as a reminder of the enduring significance of faith, community, and the complex nature of human existence within the divine framework.
Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave your valuable feedback by commenting. Thank you.